A pleasant day to everyone. Before I start, allow me to introduce myself. I am Cantillano, a senior biology student from Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Manila, and the presenting author of the study Curvularia species causes leaf spot to Citrulus lanatus or watermelon. Citrulus lanatus or watermelon is a fruit that is commonly eaten as dessert in the Philippines. Growing watermelon has been one of the sources of livelihood of many farmers, which is why it is considered as one of the most important fruits in the country. However, production loss due to diseases caused by pests, viruses, bacteria, and fungi has been the major opponent of farmers in growing this plant. Although fungal diseases affecting watermelon had been studied in years with some fungal pathogens being associated with it, still there is an insufficient information about the cause of fungal diseases in watermelon in the Philippines, which can result to the poor management of the disease that can lead to the decline of yield. For instance, Curvularia species was isolated in the current study, and so far there has been few evidences that associate the species of this genus in watermelon. Now, in order to fill this gap, we conducted this study with an aim to determine the fungus that causes leaf spot to watermelons. Specifically, we aimed to isolate this fungus and identify it by morphological, molecular, and phylogenetic analysis. Afterwards, we confirmed its pathogenicity through inoculation tests. Now, to fulfill this objective, several procedures were done, including collection of samples, isolation of fungi from watermelon leaves, followed by identification in which the isolates underwent both morphological characterization and molecular and phylogenetic analysis. Lastly, pathogenicity test was done to the isolates. After 7 days of incubation, the colony morphology of the isolates corresponds to the study conducted by Dye and Company in 2019. Additionally, the phylogenetic analysis showed that the percentage identification of the isolate is 98% in relation to four species of Corvolaria. These four species belong in the same clade and are closely related to each other based on the phylogenetic analysis in the study of Brahma and Company in 2018. Furthermore, the pathogenicity test revealed that the inoculated watermelon leaves and vines produce the same spot disease that was initially observed on infected fruits in several studies, with brown lesions that later on developed into oval to circular spots surrounded by yellow hair. With this, it was found that the fungus Curvularia species is indeed responsible for causing spot disease on watermelon. And in order to further delineate the isolate with other Curvularia species, a multi-gene analysis is recommended. And that concludes my presentation for this study. Thank you so much for your time and effort to listen.